Hi there, I'm Tasha.
And I'm Fallon.
And together, we're the hosts of No Roadmap with Tasha and Fallon.
It's a podcast where two black women have real, random talks.
We cover everything from hobbies to relationships, pop culture, and social issues.
We don't shy away from the tough conversations, but we also like to have fun and be ourselves.
So join us every other Thursday as we share our thoughts, stories, and experiences.
You never know where the conversation might take us, but we promise it'll be worth it.
No roadmap, just real random talk.
So what do you say, Tasha? Are you ready to hit record and get started?
Let's do it, Fallon. Let's give the people what they want. Hello, and welcome to another episode of No Roadmap with Tasha and Fallon. I'm Tasha.
I'm Fallon.
And guess what, y'all? Fallon's going to take over the topic today.
I am.
Do it, girl.
I have opinions.
Give it to us.
Today's topic, the weather and black people.
And the black folks.
Now, as we're recording this, it is not even the height of summer. Summer's still technically still new.
And it's one of the cooler days of this week,
right?
Because we've topped off at like 90 plus.
With the index and all that fun stuff.
It's felt
110 degrees.
Facts.
That is absolutely unnecessary. No one needs it. No one wants it.
Some people want it.
No, let's talk about those people.
Who are those people?
Who are they, and what are their motives?
And why are they here? What is your motivation?
Right. So, I am a self-proclaimed winter black.
And you're going to have to expound on that.
I like it when it's cold.
No, ma'am.
My favorite season, full disclosure, is the fall. I think it's perfectly toasty. I like to snuggle up.
Sweater weather.
Right. Love
sweater
it.
Weather. Love sweater weather.
Not into the pumpkin spice stuff. Not my thing.
Blaspheme. How is fall your favorite season, but you were not into the pumpkin spice?
I'm into pumpkin things, like a good pumpkin cookie.
Oh.
Yeah, you never had a pumpkin cookie with like vanilla icing?
Would it be vanilla or would it be cream cheese?
Ooh, both.
Making me hungry.
The recipe will be in the notes.
All right, so pumpkin cookie, but no pumpkin spice coffee.
Sometimes, like I'm more of an apple cider girl.
Ooh, I can get down with apple cider.
Or like a mulled wine.
A what now?
Mulled wine.
Say more.
Wine, nutmeg, cinnamon, and it's warm.
Is it a red wine?
Red wine, yes.
Okay.
And it warms all the insides and it makes you think you're drinking a nice warm juice until you're not.
Until you're dancing on somebody's tabletop.
True story.
Talking about some hava, la kiva hava.
Don't kick the cornucopia.
Don't You had too much mulled wine.
But if I had to pick a season after that, I'd have to pick winter.
Okay, we're done.
Stop it.
We're done.
Why?
Who picks what? First of all, those people who pick winter, I'm looking at you sideways. I'm talking to you. Secondly, what black person loves the cold?
It's fantastic because I can bundle up all the layers. I like to ice skate. I'm better at skiing than my white husband.
She over here breaking all kinds of stereotypes.
I am single.
You're one of the skiing Negroes that they talk about in Clybourne Park. Well, she's a ski grow. You're a ski grow. Alan's got the gems, baby. Every now and then he'll drop one. Yes, for those who did not know, Fallon is a ski grow.
Right. I'm not great at it, but I do it better than some other people, and I like it.
I've only gone skiing once. I was on the bunny slope. Still fell.
You know what? I've never made it past the bunny slope.
I don't know what.
I've only fallen once.
Really?
And that was because my husband ran into me because he has no coordination.
I would say color me surprised, but no.
No. She's like, I met him.
I know your husband, and that all tracks.
And I like it in small doses. Like, I'm not gonna build an igloo because I'm too old for that. Now I have bad joints. I'm not gonna spend long.
So with bad joints, the cold weather doesn't bother you?
My joints bother me all the time because I'm old. I'm kidding. I put a lot of work.
Thank you.
You know
okay.
what?
Thank
Don't
you.
give me that side eye.
The youngest thing in this room And that includes my fridge.
Stop it. No, like, I put a lot of, like, damage on my knees, especially with sports and stuff. So, sometimes they hurt, sometimes they don't.
Sports.
It's fine. But I'd much rather be cold
Than hot.
Hot makes me angry. And the attitude I have normally is just multiplied.
Oh no.
As the temperature goes up. Like,
as the temperature goes up, so does your temper.
Yes, that's literally it. That's why it's called a
temperature. The linguistics.
We're here. It's hot.
It is hot, and my brain and my mouth are not coordinated today.
And I always tell, like, I want the option in the winter to go someplace warm. I love that. Mm-hmm. But in the summer,
there's no place cool to go.
I'm not vacationing anywhere
that's cooler than where you are now.
No, that's warmer. Like, people in the summer...
Well, no, I'm saying because in the winter you can go warmer, but in the summer you can't go cooler.
You could.
Where do you go?
You go south.
Where's south? You're pointing north?
Like, you can go to the
mountains. Okay, that's fair. True.
Or you can go down to, like, Australia. New Zealand. It's there.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes. I forgot about my trip that's booked to Australia to get away from the summer.
Stop it.
Anyway.
But also, the summers in New Zealand are not hot. So don't be fooled. No, because it's too far south.
They're on the right side of global warming?
Yeah, they're just going to fall into the ocean. They're not. They're fine.
Fall into it.
They're not the Maldives. Which, if you haven't been yet, go now before they don't exist anymore. The Maldives.
Oh, okay. My brother and I were just talking about that the other day.
I really want to go.
I want to go too.
But again, in like the winter.
You want to go in the winter to escape the cold?
Yeah, for like a long weekend. A week.
Okay.
And then come back and like, oh yeah, it's cold.
No, I'm not doing that. You know, I grew up in a very homogenous area.
Yeah.
Right? So when I went to high school, and I was one of maybe 7 black people on campus, and it would get like 45 degrees outside, and all the black people are walking around like the kid from the Christmas Story because it's just too freaking cold for us. And my white counterparts are walking around in shorts and flip-flops, and it's 45 degrees. And I'm like, how?
The thing is, it depends on where your starting point is. Now, if it's the winter...
Well, it wasn't winter. It was like maybe toward the end of fall.
I would still be in like pajama pants and flip-flops at the end of fall.
Shorts, t-shirts, flip-flops. It's 45 degrees outside. Yeah. My dude.
I also went to school up north. Like, that was the norm.
Nah, B. We ain't doing that.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Me and my 7 other black friends were all in scarves, hats, and mittens. And we were like, what is happening on this campus right now?
Not at 45 degrees.
And they were like, what? Y'all are cold? Bro, how are you not cold? I was so like, is this a thing?
It is.
It is.
So one year, the husband and I, with a friend of ours, the friend, like, is a big, history buff and studied the Civil War. And so we went to Gettysburg, and he took us around. And he knew all the battlefields. He knew, like, all the gem. Like, so he's taking us on a true, like, real tour, which is fantastic. And we decided we were going to camp. So
outside?
We had a cabin.
Oh, okay.
Stop it.
Let me.
I do camp outside.
Do you really?
Yes. You didn't know I camp?
Like, on the ground?
Yes. My husband always likes to joke. He's like, I found the only black woman in Patterson
who can ski and likes to go camping.
Right. I'm a unicorn.
Out of Patterson, of all places.
I never told you that camping story?
I don't think so.
One story at a time. Which one do you want to hear?
All of them.
Let's rewind.
Okay.
So, I'm a high school senior, and they're doing an outing trip for my college. And they're like, come up north and, like, spend time with your classmates in the wilderness before you, like, meet them. Mm-mm. So, I have been riding horses since I was 12. So I wanted to...
And you ride horses?
Yes.
The hell is going on? She's riding horses, she's skiing, she's camping. It's like...
So, I didn't get the deposit for the horseback riding. Because the horses, like, you have to, shelter them, and then you get a cabin. So
Sure.
I didn't make that. So it's like, okay, you can go on the hike. Fine.
Let me find out you hike.
I do.
Girl.
Not anymore. I don't do it often anymore, but I have hiked. It was 15 miles over 3 days, and you got to put your pack on. And what you carry in, you carry
I'm
out.
saying, but in my mind I'm thinking,
You're like, And so it's like the first 20 minutes, not even 20 minutes. So we're out in the wilderness, up in like the White Mountains. And so, stop it.
Look, even Alex, this is some nonsense. But as you were.
So we're hiking.
These are White Mountains.
That's what they're called. So we're marching, we're doing our thing, we're having fun, we're eating our first snack. And then our group leader, he's like, all right, Fallon, you and Mike, you need to go find some water. And I'm like, what do you mean find water? Like, we all have stuff, we carry stuff. And he's like, no. We're going to run out of water soon. You need to go find
And this is why I don't camp.
A source of running water.
Nah, B.
Make sure it's running over some rocks, so it's kind of being filtered. Make sure the pool that is coming out is not cloudy.
You know
and
what
then
else
you put the
filters
iodine
water?
pill in it so we don't get giardia.
Not Giardia.
Totally giardia. And dysentery.
Ooh.
Right. We got neither.
Okay.
It was great.
Yay, you.
And so, yeah, three days in the mountains. It was fantastic. So now everything else I do is fine.
in the mountains.
Because if I can do that,
What
everything
can't
else
you
that I
do?
Right.
Including this tour of Gettysburg and all of the battlefields.
So,
Can I get credit
back
for
to
bringing
weather.
that back?
Thank you. I love it.
Amen.
So,
It's a job. It's a job.
we are doing Gettysburg in October. So everything's haunted. We're taking cool pictures of like orbs and things. And then we get to our cabin. It is October 30th, I believe. Tell me why we got 1.5 feet of snow dumped on us. To the point where it broke other people's tents.
Do you want me to tell you why? Because y'all were camping in October. That's why you got
I had to dig out.
in Gettysburg of all places.
I had to dig out the
Gettysburg.
fire pit because it was full of snow, so we can start a fire.
That's when
cook.
you build an igloo.
Stop it.
You're out there in it. You're in the elements. You may as well make it work for you.
Oh man, that was super fun. That was Snowtober.
My senior year, well, the end of my junior year. So we have prefects. Most boarding schools will have prefects, which is like an RA.
Like Harry Potter.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Great.
And my junior year was the first year that they did elected prefects, which is they had 8. You're elected by the school at large.
Wait, what happened before that?
You selected. So you would submit to be a prefect if you wanted to be a prefect, because not everybody wanted to be a prefect, right?
And then the staff would.
And then they would have a committee of the staff, and then the staff would select whoever they wanted. But that year, the end of my junior year, was the first year that they did elected prefects, and those prefects would double as the student government.
Oh.
Right. And I was one of the 8 elected prefects.
Of course you were.
Because I was, I was voting teams, school spirit.
Right.
So I was one of the 8 elected, and then you had like 16 selected, so there were 24 of us. But anyway, the 8 elected prefects, the beginning of my senior year, right before preseason, which is when everyone went on campus for the preseason of sports training, they had the elected prefects come in to do like this bonding trip where they were camping out in the Delaware Water Gap. You know who did not show up?
Stop it.
Because she don't camp.
That's like the easiest place to camp.
Girl, when I heard what they had to do, well, I didn't go because by the time all that had come down, I'd already RSVP'd to a Sweet 16, and I really wanted to go to the Sweet 16.
That's right.
So, priorities. So, I ended up going to the Sweet 16. But after hearing the stories about what they made these 7 prefects do on this camping, like they had to spend a night alone in the wilderness. So they separated all of them and put them at different points at the gap and made them sleep Girl, bye. You know who's not doing that? This girl. She was not. I'm so glad I didn't go on that trip. But, it was supposed to bond us and bring us closer together. It didn't bond them.
Stop it.
Just made them act. You made them sneak off and smoke cigarettes and drink liquor. That's all it made them do.
No,
I guess, and they were doing that anyway. So
stop it. We had so much fun.
Nah, B, she don't camp.
They were gonna leave me in the wilderness though.
I'm a glamper, not a camper.
So will you go glamping with me?
Does that include being indoors with running water and heat?
No, glamping is not indoors.
Yeah, it is. The way I do it. The way I would do it.
No, you get.
They have trailers.
Oh, you wanted, there's one company. Oh, well, I can't remember the name of them. I'll put it in the show notes when I remember. But they have like these little, like, they're like tiny homes.
Yeah.
And they're super cute.
That's what I'm
with
trying
a
to do.
kitchen
I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do that. And then, like, during the day, we can go hiking if one must.
I don't hike for fun anymore. It's not fun for me.
Oh, because of the bad joints.
Yeah. And the bugs.
Oh, God, the bugs.
And the bears.
See, and also, let's talk about the elements of this whole camping expeditions y'all go
Not
on.
everything is out to kill you, but a lot of things are.
I'm not trying to come in contact with anything that can walk around on four limbs.
But that's like dogs.
Dogs aren't in the wilderness, though.
You sure?
Not usually. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't even.
I'm just being a scutch. It's fine.
Bears, mountain lions.
Oh, I've heard some mountain lions.
Nah, man. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I used to watch 6 Feet Under on HBO. And every time an episode would start, it would start with the death of whoever the funeral home is going to be focused on in that episode.
My crazy ex-fiance, that was his favorite show.
I love that show, but there was
He wanted to be a mortician.
Well, no, it never encouraged me to want to be a mortician.
That's a different story.
That's a different episode. Dream jobs or nightmare jobs, as it were.
Stop it.
Come back to that. Write that down. We gonna come back to that. But anywho, thank you, Alan. One of the episodes opened with the woman who was hiking, who was eaten by a mountain lion, and I was like, you see, this is why she doesn't do the wilderness.
There was this woman, she and her husband, I think they were in their 60s, hiking in California, and I think it was like I Shouldn't Be Alive or what have you, and this mountain lion came.
Were they black?
No.
Because black people don't hike in the mountains.
No, they do. There's like, there's a woman on Instagram, and her sole job is to do the things that they say black people don't do.
Yes, but see, that's different. That's her purposely setting out to do things that black people stereotypically don't do. I'm talking
Do you know
about
why black people don't typically hike or camp or anything?
because when we were running through the forest before, we were getting away from slave masters.
No.
Oh.
Because when people wanted to, they weren't allowed to. The park spaces weren't open to them.
Sure, same thing.
She's like, that's what I said.
Tomato. I mean, when we didn't want to go running through the forest, we had to save our lives. And when we wanted to, they were like, no. Sir. These parts aren't for you.
Oh
See?
my gosh. Like swimming. Like people don't know, like, black people, like, used to swim all the time until they told you could not swim because if you can swim, you can get away.
But also the last time we got on a boat.
That's true.
Okay. We had a swim party. One of our castmates was gracious enough after that extremely hot weather we had last weekend.
Right.
To let us come to his house to go swimming, and there's another one other castmate of mine is the black guy, and he was like, "Come on, let's go over here and show them that black people do swim."
Break those stereotypes.
You ain't nothing. Shut up. But I sure did jump in that pool.
Yeah,
it was beautiful.
It's awesome.
Yeah, swimming. So like my brothers don't swim, but also we didn't have access to swimming pools growing up.
Again.
Like my daughter had access to a swimming pool growing up, so she was a little fish. We taught her how to swim. She was swimming in the deep end by the time she was 2.
Right.
I didn't start swimming in the deep end until she was 6.
Wow. I was 16 because I was working at a camp. And
Well, I learned how to swim in high school because one of my friends on campus was like, she went to one of the swim team members and was like, "Hey, I want to learn how to swim. How would you feel about teaching me to swim?" And I was like, "Well, who'd you talk to? I want to learn." Right. And before we knew it, it had expanded, and there were literally like every black person on campus was meeting every Tuesday night.
Wow.
At the swimming pool because we wanted to learn how to swim because I didn't have access to a swimming pool growing up.
Right.
So I never learned how to swim. I learned how to run through a fire hydrant, though.
Stop it. I'm not doing that.
That was fun.
That's how people get whiplash.
Only if you do it wrong.
Which is why I don't do it.
Well, you don't want to run through the fire hydrant as close. You want to be away from the fire
I was more likely to have access to a swimming pool than I was a fire hydrant.
See, no, that was not my reality until I got to high school. And then everyone I knew had a pool in their backyard.
Yeah.
So.
That's so wild.
See?
So what's your favorite season then? Getting on me for being...
It's a shame to say because I suffer so.
The spring?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my favorite. I love watching the winter go away and the new flowers bloom and the trees coming in.
The hateful pollen
all
creators.
of that. Meanwhile,
Whoa.
I'm suffering not so silently because I'm sneezing up a storm and scratching my throat and my ears and my eyes. But it's my favorite. I enjoy, like, I like watching the days get longer.
Right.
Because I get really bad winter blues. So, and that's another reason why I don't like the winter, because it's dark at 3:30, and it's not light again until 7 o'clock the next day.
Right.
So, not having the sun and I don't get vitamin D. I don't get the serotonin. Is that what comes from the sun? Serotonin? No. But what do you get from the sun?
D.
I know you get vitamin D, but there's some sunlight. It brings some sort of.
Serotonin sounds right.
I feel like
We're just
that's
gonna
what
go
it
with
is.
it. Well, fix it in
Fact check
post.
me.
I thought that was
A pill?
Yeah.
Melatonin is a
Melatonin's
pill.
the pill.
But sure, I don't know.
He'll fact
I
check
feel
us.
like 10th grade biology told me.
Well,
who knows?
That's what helps you get over like the winter blues. Why they have like sad lamps.
Yes. I need to get a sad lamp.
You do.
Because my daughter and I both do. She suffers really badly from winter blues. But anywho, so I tend to like warmer weather. I'm not crazy about 100-degree weather
Right.
in the summer.
No one should be.
But it doesn't bother me to the point where I'm cranky. And, some people in the heat, like my mom when she gets hot, I'm whispering.
Does
because
she
she's right
sweat
upstairs.
in her face when your mom sweats? Like, where do you sweat?
Where do I sweat usually? In my unmentionable places. Under
Right.
my boobs.
I
and my
sweat in
crotch.
my face, and it makes people who sweat in their face are angrier.
Is that true?
That is a truth.
Is that a true scientific fact? I
It is in
believe
the
you.
black
I buy
community.
it. You right. You're absolutely right. Because, how many times have grown up I would walk down my street and everyone's sitting on the porch and they're just dying, but there's no air inside because we didn't have air conditioners. We just had fan blowing around hot air.
Who's we?
Black folk in my neighborhood.
No, we had air conditioners.
Yes, well, apparently y'all were different. You also skied,
bit.
so. Yeah, y'all were uppity Patterson people.
You don't snow tube? You don't like
Yeah, I snow tube now.
now? You didn't even
Now?
as a kid? Get on a
We would
sled?
we would do sledding,
sledding.
but I didn't learn about snow tubing until I was in high school.
Yeah, that was my first ski trip in high school. And
Yeah.
like, don't leave me out just because I'm black.
That part.
So I figured it out.
They didn't know you were a ski girl.
No, I didn't even know until I went and I did it. That's a new shirt.
Skiing
Please
Negroes. I'm a ski girl. I love it.
buy our merch, y'all.
Thank you. As soon as we make it.
I actually already have like the visuals. I can't wait. I'm just
Love
gonna
it. I can't wait to see it.
It's gonna be hysterical.
But no, the only weather that really bothers, like I like to watch it snow, but then I want it to disappear.
That last gray.
The slushy,
That
that puts me in a bad mood.
I get it.
Parking lot.
And then like you go into Stop and Shop and you can't park because they've taken
The
all the
mounds.
snow and they've accumulated it over the space of 8 parking spaces. It's like, bro.
I'm like, we're always in a drought. Can't we just shovel it somewhere? Like, put it in a truck and like
Take
send
it somewhere.
so we can have water.
Yes. But I don't mind like rain. I love rain.
I have to be in the mood for rain. I love a good thunderstorm.
I
Remember we
love
had that
a
thunderstorm?
thunderstorm,
Did you
yeah.
get that down here
Which night?
last week?
Yeah. we
And it
did.
was like 9 to like 6, 7 in the morning, and it
mhm.
was like straight thunder. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah. I enjoy a good thunderstorm.
Were you that weird kid?
Yes.
Because I was that weird kid.
Yes.
I had pictures of lightning on my wall.
Okay, no. That's not where I thought that was going to go. I
You
did.
were way too
That did
quick
not
to-
go where I thought it was going to go. I thought she was going to say, were you that weird kid when you were younger? And it would, I would run out into the rain.
Yeah,
I
all
would.
the time. That's great.
But also, like, once the lightning and the thunder started, we had to shut off all the lights and we couldn't watch television and we couldn't sit near the
Don't
TV.
be on the phone.
And don't be on the phone.
Don't
and
be
for
in the
God's
bathtub.
sake, don't be taking a shower.
Nope. That's straight that's death.
That's death. What are you? You're inviting death into your home. What are you doing? Please have a seat on the toilet while I shower. You can't shower
No, you
during a
can't do
thunderstorm.
anything.
You can't be on the phone. You can't watch television. You have to sit cross-legged in the middle of the living room with your cousins
With candles.
with can or flashlight.
Oh no, we like candles because I used to like to burn peanut shells. Did you know they burn very well?
Do they?
Yeah, because they're oily.
No, but that makes sense
That
though.
makes sense.
No.
And crayons.
Crayons make sense. I can see that. No, we had to sit in the middle of the floor and with a
Oh
flashlight.
no, I was at the window.
We couldn't be near the window.
I know I wasn't supposed to be.
Oh,
but
yeah,
there I
no.
was because I love lightning.
So, like my mom and my aunts and my older cousins embedded all of this fear in me around thunderstorms because of these superstitions that they had growing up. So they just passed it on.
Yeah. Well, your likelihood of being hit by lightning is slim to none.
That part.
So slim.
Especially if you're
Through
if you're sitting 4 feet away from your television.
Right. It's not really. You're more likely to be attacked by a ghost, I feel.
By a ghost.
It used to be because there's antennas on the roof.
Right.
We don't use antennas.
Is that why?
So apparently,
It's the top part of the house.
yeah,
Okay.
the antennas would.
But your house is
Channel
grounded though. If it's
Newer
wired
houses, not old houses.
correctly. No.
You'd be surprised at how many houses are not wired correctly.
Oh, no, I wouldn't. I get it. I used to work for the phone company. I know.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
That's cool.
Is it? Some of these houses we used to go into, I'm like, oh.
Ooh,
And you want to jack where?
stop it.
Okay, can you move all those things and also fumigate?
Stop
Just
it.
saying, there were some very interesting places where I would have to go. Well, I didn't install jacks. The techs who worked for me did, but I had
We
to
heard
go
stories.
visit them,
Yeah.
and that would subject me to these crazy houses.
I just heard, this podcast, I love podcasts. I think it wasn't Planet Money, one of those NPR ones. And they were talking about, like, what happened to roaches.
Oh my God.
It was hysterical. Apparently, roaches are a thing, but it used to be
I
so
know.
bad.
I used to live with them.
It
We used to
be-
name them.
Like, they were like... the guy tells a story about his mom made him take cough medicine, or Dimetapp. Like, it was like allergy medicine. He's like, there's a roach in there. She's like, no, there isn't. And he swallowed it, and it was like...
Oh, come on. My husband, till this day, won't eat, like, Sugar Pops
Yes.
or Dig-em Smacks.
Yes. What the heck is a Dig-em Smack?
It's the one with the frog.
That's
Dig-em Smacks.
The one that sounded like Bing Crosby.
Yes.
Dig-em?
Dig-em Smacks.
I don't
That's
think
what
that
it's
exists.
what
Sugars.
like with Sugar Smacks. Not they weren't called Sugar Smacks. They were called with gold. Can't
Golden
get
Crisp?
enough super
Super
golden
Sugar
crisp. It's
Yeah,
got
Sugar
crunch
Sugar
with
Crisp.
yes, Sugar Crisp. But it was like a honey
Get enough
flavor.
of that Golden Crisp.
Yes.
Yes, but
So
it's not
Golden
Dig-em,
Crisp,
it's
but
Dig-ems.
Dig-em Smacks was the Kellogg. So Golden Crisp was
Oh.
Post,
Okay.
and Dig-em Smacks with the frog was Kellogg's answer to Golden
But
Crisp.
really, Dig-em? Is that what they went?
Yes, there he is. See, Dig-em the
That's
frog.
his name, but that's not the name of the cereal, is it?
Dig-em Smacks. It was Dig-em Smacks,
No.
right? What was the name of the cereal?
Honey Smack.
Honey
See,
Smacks.
that's why it
I'm
didn't make
sorry.
sense. I was
Okay,
like,
so
there was no-
Dig-em
Dig-em was the
Frog
frog. Right. I feel so much
used
better
to
about that.
peddle
Yes.
Honey Smacks.
Right.
Because it was a honey flavor.
Right.
And then
Golden
Golden
Crisp
Crisp
was
was
the-
the answer to that.
Perfect.
Thank you for fact checking me. Man, they keep me on point, I tell you. Anywho, growing up, between that and Raisin Bran, you didn't know what you were going to get when you poured out the into a bowl.
Until it
You
started moving.
Until it started moving. Exactly.
But Combat single-handedly, like, stopped roach populations for, like, the country. It was wild.
Oh, yes.
Wild. Wild.
Do they make that anymore?
Yeah,
They do?
they do.
You know, one of the things I'd always said once I moved out of my mom's apartment was, I hate roaches.
Hate them.
I hate those little boogers, literally. And I moved out of my mom's apartment, I don't know, in my early 20s. And I fumigated my apartment when I first moved because I know I brought friends with me.
Yeah.
And I went to work one day and it could have been from me. It probably was from me, although I played it off like it wasn't. And a roach crawled out of the cuff of my jeans.
Ooh!
Girl.
Just murder me. Just literally
Girl.
murder me.
I was an actress even then. I was like, what? Who did
Murder me. Just let
Who
me die.
brought friends to work? You did,
Let
Tasha.
me-
You brought friends to work.
Let me die.
Yeah.
We were in Miami airport, coming back from Belize, and we're sitting by like the electrical closet, and roaches and mice love electrical closet because it's warm there, and the mice like to chew, and the roaches too, like there's something in the electrical wires that are sweet or something that they love.
I just got nauseous.
So I'm sitting there and we're waiting for our flight, and I see something run past me, and I think it's a mouse. And I'm like, whoa! And then it moves back. I was like, no, it's big, but it's not a mouse.
What was it?
They love to call them water bugs. It was
Oh yeah, big water bug.
The palmettos?
yeah, it's a giant roach.
It's a huge roach.
And then, ready for it?
The ones that fly?
It had thigh muscles.
Nope.
It was
not.
like
It had quads.
it did. It was like it was bench pressing some things. I was like, what is
It
happening?
was bench pressing the mice.
And then it flew, and I
Yep,
went,
see?
mm-mm. And then there was a guy. He was standing at one of the desks, bald, shiny head, and it was hitting the guy in the head. And you hear the slap, slap. And I was like, just kill me. Literally,
Kill me now.
just murder me, because
No.
I can't.
Can't do it. I can't do it.
But I'll camp and deal with those bugs.
Nope, see? And that's another reason why I don't camp. It's the critters. I cannot do a critter. I'm not one of those people who's like I don't run from bugs.
But you're not going close to them.
But I'm not seeking them out. I'm not voluntarily lying on somebody's ground.
We were camping and watching television while
Anybody's
camping.
ground.
Stop.
Nature's ground.
Nature's ground.
Thank
We
you.
were camping, and my husband is standing up, and in the light, I can see this spider,
Nope.
and it is huge, and it is
No.
orange, and that is a color of warning. And I'm like, honey, move. What? You need to move out of the way. What? There's a spider over your head. Please move to your left, my right. What? What? I'm like, are you trying to die?
Not bothered. Not bothered by it.
So dim.
We were rehearsing the other night and I was doing a scene, and when I looked up, there was a spider lingering over my head.
And you're like, oh no, no.
And one of the girls backstage was freaking out. That's what drew my attention. So I look back and I'm like, I'm singing here. What is it? And she was like, spider.
Stop it.
And I look up and sure as shooting. It was chilling.
They're just hanging.
Just literally
Literally
just
just
hanging.
hanging.
I was like, yeah, no, see, this is why.
It's like, this is why I don't
So
do
I
the
don't mess
outdoors.
with y'all.
It's fine.
I can't do it.
So I'll be your winter black.
You can be a winter black. I'm gonna stay a hot. You know, we people of the sun.
Oh.
Ancestors are from the sun, man.
I know, but we don't need extra.
I mean, you know, it's good to have diversity.
Is it?
Sure, that's
There
what they
is.
say.
That's the rumor going around.
That's what I heard. That's the word. No? Shucks.
Oh man.
No, man. What's your favorite season? We want to know.
Yeah.
Are you a winter black like Fallon?
Don't laugh.
Should you start an
You didn't even say that
association?
with a straight face.
Should you start a club?
I should.
The Winter Black Club.
Winter black.
Exactly. Thank you.
But we do things in the summer. We like to kayak.
This girl.
We go rafting.
No. So I did the whitewater rafting once.
Was the water actually white though?
Yes, it was.
Oh, good for
It
you.
was right in Pennsylvania. It was nice. Same dude that took me skiing some months later took me whitewater rafting. I was like, see, this is when I should have known something was wrong with you. Because who does that? Why are we doing this?
What's the purpose?
Red flags everywhere. Oh, you trying to be down with nature?
Wait.
Brother man, why?
Who
Who you running from?
We went on a work trip, and it was a bunch of us, but it was mixed group. So white, black, we're all hanging out, and I'm the only one rowing in this raft because the water level is super low. I was like, guys, we need to get moving. And they're like, Fallon, you want to smoke this? I'm like, I can't smoke and row. I got things
Smoke
to
and
do."
roll?
But then it turns out you can smoke and row.
Yeah, you can. How about that? Multitasking.
Multitask.
It's all about the multitask. No, sir. No, I went the one time and then I was sore for like 3 days.
It's a good upper body workout.
And I was like, why do I keep doing this to myself?
I always do it. It's
Nah, man, I
fantastic.
just can't do it.
I went kayaking at night
And why?
because the bioluminescence.
What happens if your kayak turns over in the water? No one's gonna see you.
Because I'm black.
No one's definitely gonna see you. No, ma'am.
No, because the life vests have a flashing light, so they can find you in the dark.
While you're under the water, because
No, it's a life vest.
I understand, but when
You're not hooked.
so you can fall out of the kayak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just fall out into the water.
And that's how much
Because I
knowledge
thought
Tasha
it
has
was the
of
one where
kayak.
you like had to stick your butt in and it was up to here. I was like, no, I'm flipping over and drowning.
That part.
Which is why I wouldn't do it for years. But they're like,
Okay.
no, you just sit on top of it. I was like, oh, if I fall out, then it'll be fine.
Oh, okay, cool.
Until that giant thing that jumped in the water, I was like, no, get me out of this water.
Was it a Loch Ness?
I have no idea. It was huge though.
Bigfoot.
And you heard the splish. And I'm like, nope.
See?
Let's go.
All right, so she may be a winter black, but she's got sense.
That's not-
She's not running toward the noise. She's doing what the rest of us are doing. If you're somewhere and you see people running, what are you doing?
I'm running.
I'm running. And when we
running.
get to
Ask
the end of where we're
questions
going,
later.
I'll ask you why were we running. But we need to get to
We need to
safety
move.
first,
We
right?
need to move.
Nah, babe.
I can't.
Oh my God. Are you a winter black?
Yeah.
I can't believe that's even a term.
We made it.
But we just coined it.
We just coined it. Buy our shirts.
I'm not a winter black. What side of the seasons do you fall on? Let us know. We're curious. We want to know. And tell us any stories you may have. If you are a winter black, are you a ski girl?
Right.
How often do you go skiing? And where do you go?
Do you snowboard? Because that's a separate
Snowboarding's fun. I can
What?
snowboard. It's like surfing, right?
You
I would rather snowboard than ski.
Really?
Yes.
In what world?
This one.
Stop it.
I would rather snowboard. Skiing requires balance and
So does snowboarding.
and coordination.
Oh.
Right? Like
It's a separate foot
it's a
coordination.
separate foot coordination.
Yeah.
That's why I don't drive a stick shift.
Oh, I love driving stick. Did you
I
like to drive a
tried.
stick?
I've tried driving a stick. Well, this was ever ago. I was really bad at it. I should try it again. But
Yeah.
So-
I'll show you. We'll burn out a clutch together.
thank you. All right. Speaking of burning, what are you burning through these days on the television?
Ooh, I am watching House of the Dragon.
Ooh.
Season 2.
How are you liking that? I am definitely 1% of the people who's never seen an episode of Game of Thrones nor House of the Dragon.
I read the books.
Okay.
I got up to book 4 in the regular series.
Are there books based on the House of the Dragon?
Yes.
Okay.
The prequels.
Okay.
And they're fantastic. It got to be too many people, which is why I like the show, because I can keep it straight.
Visually, you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But I'm definitely Team Black. Yeah.
As always.
As always.
Sure. I don't know what that means, but good for you.
If you don't know, I'm not going to tell anything because people might not watch it. But if you watch it, tell me if you're Team Black or Team Green, because then.
Oh, those are the choices?
Yes.
I like green better than black.
Oh,
The
but
color.
that family.
I mean, I don't know anything about the family. My husband watched. He's an avid fan. He watches
That's
it. And
awesome.
he's tried for several years to get me to sit down and
Right.
partake in some stuff. And I'm like,
Yeah. I made the husband watch.
I really have no
He's
interest.
not into it. So.
Do you know what? One day, when I have nothing to do,
Which is never. That's fine.
I'm going to sit down. I'm going to watch the first episode if I can get past the first episode
Of Game of Thrones?
of Game
or-
of Thrones.
Okay.
Should I watch Game of Thrones first or should I watch House of the Dragon first?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay, then I'm gonna do Game of Thrones first.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it and see
Right.
what it is.
Oh, your heart's going to be broken. Just be prepared.
Oh, I love watching things that make my heart break.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
has anything you watched recently broken your heart? Or are you just like.
Anything I've watched? Nah. I'm a happy person. I like to watch things that make me laugh.
Which is weird. That's fine.
I'm sorry. Some of us are happy Negroes. Some of us are ski Negroes. We can't be both.
Yeah, are you sure? I feel like that should be a thing.
I'm just saying.
It's not.
No? I'm watching Loot. Have you seen Loot?
I've
Have
heard
you
of
seen
it.
Loot? I will watch anything Maya Rudolph does.
Maya
I don't
Rudolph
care
is
what it
magical.
is. She is. I love her. And it's her show on Apple TV.
Oh, it's the one where, like, her husband.
She's divorcing her billionaire husband, and
Husband.
she has like $170,000 million dollars or something, and so she wants to find ways to do good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a nice ensemble cast,
Okay.
and it's funny,
Good.
and I like funny.
Good on you. Someone has to.
I'm gonna start watching Presumed Innocent.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna so next time we come together, maybe I would have had the first episode
Maybe.
under wraps.
We'll see.
So that's what I'm watching. You reading anything fun?
My mother is reading the Bridgerton books,
Ooh,
and she just let me borrow.
yes, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
So I'm very excited.
Julia Quinn, is that who wrote? You don't know.
I don't even work here.
All right. Fair. What are you guys watching? Is this something I should be checking out? I like to watch happy things, but I'm not opposed to drama.
I want all the drama.
Okay.
Murder is best. And I'm all for fantasy. If you got some fairies, if you got some werewolves, if you got some vampires.
Some dragons.
Love it.
Boom. Cool. Well, thank you guys for joining us for another episode of No Roadmap. And literally, we went all over the place on that one.
Ooh.
So
It was a trek.
that was a tour and a half.
Not the Tour de France, though. Because I'm not riding bikes.
Oh, we're not doing that?
Nope.
Let's talk about what black people are doing as far as athletics go in the next episode. Okay, tune into that, y'all. But in the meantime, in between time, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We look forward to hearing your comments, your suggestions. Don't forget to check us out on IG at No Roadmap Pod. And we are streaming on all the streaming platforms, including YouTube. So check us out. In the meantime, guys, have a great day. Stay cool. And don't be a jerk. Thank you for listening to No Roadmap with Tasha and Fallon. Follow us on IG at No Roadmap Pod. Send us your questions, ideas, and reactions. Tell us all the things because we're going to tell you all the things. Until next time, bye.